section here. So that was the first part of our little review here. Let me see if I can get into our next slide. And okay. So first thing we wanted to go over here with some of this stuff, because we mentioned a lot of the stuff in the interview, but we're looking at the new features, the UI features, the stats in the inventory, loot drops, controller support, Crown Store pop-up as well, stuff that's kind of got into this here. So first one here was the stats in inventory, which I can show that off real quick. So one of the first things I noticed with the DLC is, in the patch in general, is you're going to get your stats inside of here, which is kind of nice. I like this a lot for trying to figure out what your build needs. Constantly you'd have to put on something, switch back over to the character sheet, go back over to the item sheet, and now it's like in one centralized location that you can actually like find stuff. It's just a lot nicer, and I don't know what are your thoughts on it, Miss Biz?
I think it's really, really handy because I have issues. I'm not one of those math people. I don't know, put this together and you get this.
Yeah.
Or I'm not one of those people at all. So having it right in my face, I can like literally put something off and be like, oh, okay, I did that. And then take it off and be like, oh, okay, put this on. Oh, and it's just way easier having it right there. It's so much more convenient. For me, at least. And I'm sure the math people like it better, too. They don't have to switch back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is probably going to help a lot of people in console as well, so they don't have to swap back and forth, and they should be able to see a lot more of this as well. Next is the loot drop. Let me see if I can go grab some stuff here from someone.
Oh, yes. Go, loot drop, go.
Yes. And this is one of the... You know, if you guys watch ESO Live, they've been mentioning that they're making improvements on the loot drop system, not just the loot drop system, but the UI in general. For console players, it will have eventually numbers coming up, so you can see like when you have, how much DPS you're doing, how much kills you're doing, etc. So things that's toggleable, so you don't have to necessarily have a mod at that point. Now you can actually get it inside of various things. Let me see if I can find something I can loot. Assuming I can find something. Just kill an orc.
I personally noticed there's only one little bit that loot drop is not loot drop like. It doesn't tell you experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I missed that, but I'm really, really happy that at least now I can see what I pick up when I loot, because I auto loot everywhere. I'm a hoarder. Yeah, if there's a meeting somewhere in Tamriel for hoarders, I should probably be attending it.
Yeah, I grab a lot of stuff there, and if you have auto loot on, this is at least going to let you have a hint at what it was, and hopefully if it's something that's like quest related.
Well, then you actually know where you pick something up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Next is controller support. I'm going to let you handle that more, because I'm a keyboard and mouse type of guy. I always use keyboard and mouse for almost every MMO, etc. for that.
Oh, I am absolutely that too. But when I like I said, I made the move for a little while there onto the PS4, and the controller support on the PC, I really just like flipped it on and tried it out a little bit. I didn't go very in depth into it because, yes, like you, I prefer more mouse and keyboard. I kind of walk like not straight at all if I have a controller, but it did seem very nice. And the fact that I know, like it was asked earlier, somebody asked, can I use the mouse and keyboard UI with a controller? No. And that, to me, that makes sense because they're not meant for each other, and it would be really, really awkward to be using a controller in your mouse and keyboard UI.
Yes.
So I think they were smart in actually making that decision, and I'm sure it was easier on their end not to have to try to make both work with both.
Yeah. And just from chat here, just to get this clear as well, they are talking about putting in the numbers onto the UI for console and for PC, but that's not part of the Orsinium update just yet.
Yeah, that's future. Soon, yes. TM.
Yeah. But the loot one is a good step in the right direction. It tells me they are listening to get that done and working to get that added in.
And yes, and that's also, I think, the more information, that's also...
Probably should put some on.
Yeah, I'll consider it. So, what were you talking about?
Well, okay. Before the possible edit point that I put in here of me like fixing the UI here for our stream, our little podcast here, the Crown Store pop-ups. We noticed them in there. It's basically going to show up every once in a while for any of the featured items here. Once you log into your screen once a day onto your account, I understand it. I
Once a
have.
day, once when it's new.
Uh, is that how it is?
Once when it's new, or when there's a new item, or like something big, not once per day, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Okay.
Let me double check that, but I'm positive.
Okay.
There was some bugs with the PTS early on where it was showing up
Oh,
for
okay.
everybody on multiple characters and all that nonsense. But I'll find the patch notes, but I'm pretty sure it's only supposed to be when there's something new in the Crown Store or like something limited comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really good because
Yeah, I
as
do
a
too.
community ambassador on the forums, I have seen a bajillion posts where it's like, I wasn't online or I didn't know the Frostmare came out and I
Yeah.
even played this weekend, and this is going to solve that. People weren't checking it every day because, you don't think of it,
Yeah.
and it's a really good thing if they're like, hey, here you go. Look, limited. Grab
Yeah.
it.
Versus like what was it the what was the one that like sparked a lot of people getting real salty about it? The cloud Sinage. Remember that? Like everyone got upset because they sent a message out saying, "Hey, the cloud Sinage is in here. It's in here for this weekend. Get it now if you want it."
Oh, the big server message.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
And
yeah, no, that wasn't cool. Because
But
I
at the
was
same,
like
but
in
it's
the middle of doing something.
I know. But at the same time, it was like, "Hey, this is on here for this weekend. Get it now. Otherwise, you're not going to get it."
But that wasn't cool because it totally was like boom, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, I was just taking a screenshot and now it's ruined because you put that big yellow thing there. But this, I feel, is like a way, way better thing. I think this is actually really smart to do. So I'll go for the Crown Store pop-up as it stands now. Versus that previous thing they had tried, where everybody got all salty, including myself.
Yes. So that's kind of some of the new stuff with the UI features here. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to highlight or take a look at. I mean, it is.
I'm noticing something that man, some of the more of the icons are different. Like I know in
Oh,
Imperial
yes.
City they redid a lot of icons, but I think they tidied up even a lot more and made new ones come Orsinium.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna look for that note on the Crown Store pop-up here.
yeah. I noticed some of the bracers here are, I don't know, they could look kind of weird to me, but they're definitely a new icon for those as well.
The new icons confuse simple folk like I. I'm like, oh no, what skill is that? Oh, they're gonna make this hard. Okay, I'm not sure. I wish that Gina or somebody was still around, but yeah, I'm positive it does not show up every day. It
Yes.
only shows up when there's something spectacular about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like new stuff or stuff leaving or limited time.
Yeah. Well, even if it's just once a day, that doesn't like strike me as too bad. I like the fact that they would put in something like that to let people know, hey, there's an item here, it's on feature, it's on sale, or something else like that. That is good marketing slash like informative stuff to the user. Because you don't want to have it so like, hey, I didn't know this is on sale for like 500 crowns here, when it's usually like 1,000 crowns or something like that, and I didn't know it was going to go away like in 2 days, type of thing. It's definitely
And I
what
don't feel like it's, in your face because like I said, it's only going to be once per account. It's not even every character you log on to.
yeah,
Like the first character you log on to, that's going to pop up. But when you go on your 7 other alts, don't worry, it's not going to be boom, 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 where you're like, oh my goodness, I've seen this already 6 times.
yeah. But there's always going to be people salty about it because they don't have money to buy anything whatsoever. So sorry, people. It's just a reminder for people that do have money. I don't know. So
That reminds me, there's stuff leaving the Crown Store soon that I haven't bought.
better get it now.
I know! I'm still opening up skills, by the way.
Okay. Still set the skill bar there. All right. So if there's not anything else for new UI features,